Very excited to be here, and I excited to spend the next 20 minutes to share my journey on how we've built a signal-led go-to-market engine and drive behavioral changes. So in this section, I want to bring you through along the journey on where we've started, the turning point that we realized that we need to rethink our outbound engine from cold to signal-led. How are we identifying the three key ingredients to scale with personalization and start building with the signal-led engine for go-to-market, and some of the lesson learned and impact. So just a quick background of Quickbase. So we are the AI-powered operational platform designed for complex operational work. We help business to connect data, creating an automated workflows, building a custom no-code application, providing real-time visibility and governance to scale. We support a wide range of customers with multiple product offerings and use cases to a mix of buying group. So when I first started last year, one of the key initiative is how to scale our outbound engine. And we faced a few challenge. Number one, our outbound motion wasn't built to scale or act on a signal or intent at that point. A lot of the work were done manually, and signal weren't being prioritized. The second point, as we all know, AI has made intent instantly actionable. If we have an idea, AI is now able to turn it into an output just within minutes, compared to in the past where we spend months of work working with multiple teams trying to find the signal, enable the team with the messaging. Now everything is in lightning speeds, and that relevance, the contact level personalization matters more than ever. The last challenge we observe is we are also having a lot of systems that they are not necessarily connected. We have different tools that serve as some sort of intent signal, but we are missing that centralized engine. And that centralized engine also kind of lack of the go-to-market context to really being able to interpret those signals. What are those signals? Why are they important? And how should we act on it? So with all of these challenges, we started to take a step back and rethink our outbound and how that should integrate into the marketing funnel. We all very familiar with the marketing funnel, how are different traditional demand tactics that are tied back to each stage of the marketing funnel. But we realized that with AI, there is this new category of on-demand data and AI insights that can actually become the core motion to enable outbound to scale and personalize. Knowing that these are the people that are aware of their problem and aware of their brand. They can be past champion, they can be visit our website, they could be competitors of our customer. These provide in a higher intent and higher conversion for our outbound motion to scale and convert faster. So with that, we started our journey and we first kind of identify what are the high intent signal where Quickbase is positioning uniquely to win. We know that UserGem already have a lot of pre-configured signal on the people level and on the company level. And I listed a few examples here, right? Past champion, people get promoted, people that visited our website. On the company level, we can understand whether this is a competitor of our customer. Is there any funding and hiring signal? But it becomes a huge unlock for us when we realize UserGem can actually create custom signal that is unique to us. This was the most interesting part because it changed our way of thinking how we can develop our playbook. And it becomes like an internal joke that every time when we're brainstorming a campaign, we started with the question of, can this turn to a signal? What is the trigger event? Can we put this in the signal in UserGem? And you can see some of the example here, right? People that took out a Quickbase trial, these are unique to us. People that attended past Quickbase event, people that actually is a member of our community or any other community that share the same pain point. Now, this is the signal that no one else can replicate. And this is becoming a huge unlock for us as we're identifying the signal that is important to us. The other unlock is mapping the signals to context. Getting the signal in one centralized place is the beginning, right? But it is the messaging. How can we drive the urgency? How can we make this message more value driven? How are we tying the signal to the industry use cases content, new product capability, our hook, the offer, Sendoso gift, ROI calculator, our event promotion, and this is the area that we spend a tons of time to train Dremie. And this is not just an effort from my own. I have a full team, and I want to give them a shout out here that they have spent a lot of time training UserGem with content from product marketing, from brand, from all of the feedback that we get from SDR. And we are treating UserGem like the ultimate revenue teammate. And that is when we started to see the message come to life with the signal and the context, this brain to interpret it. What are the signal? How should we act on it? And why it's important? That message started to come to life, and we got really excited to see like how personalized that it can get. And you can, every single message is different to the same person, tying back to different signals. The last unlock is automation. Having the centralized signal, having signal map to context, this is the great foundation. But being able to automate this into Salesforce and outreach really drive that adoption in the sales and SDR organization, right? I'm very grateful that UserGem is integrated with Salesforce and outreach and being able to automatically push all of this message and signal into Salesforce, enable SDR with the Copilot Chrome plugin, automatically push all of this message into our sequence that fulfilled the promise for SDR so that they can spend their most important time engaging with prospect. Another call out recently, just about a few weeks ago, we also leveraging UserGem to start pushing all of the call and LinkedIn brief into outreach. That way, not just the email that is personalized, but now the call and the LinkedIn step is fully automated and dynamic, tying back to the signal and the context. I want to quickly flash this slide because this is a slide from UserGem, but our SDR and sales org is really resonating with this visual here. In the past, where a typical day of an SDR or an AE, they spend 2/3 of their time finding contacts, prioritizing their account list, writing message. To now, we have UserGen workflow run 4 a.m. every morning to find the contact, to prioritize with signal, automatic all of the message into outreach. And that truly helped us to scale and increase our coverage on all of our outbound motion. And SDR and AE can start their day directly engaging with prospect and customer. So in hindsight, these are the three key ingredients that help us to build the signal-led go-to-market engine. Like I said earlier, right? Number one, the data, the signal, having one centralized platform that actually surface data that is unique to us that no one else can replicate. Thinking about the product engagement data, first party data, even like customer AI data to identify a cohort of audience that share the same pain point that Quickbase can solve. That is a huge unlock for us. Second, having this AI go-to-market brain, being able to take all of the signal and also able to automatically push all of this out into the downstream workflow, being able to interpret all of this signal just like a human, that is another huge unlock. And I'm really happy that UserGem is acting as that go-to-market brain that connect the signal to actions. And then the last unlock is the outbound automation, right? Being able to automatically populating all of this message, providing the context through the Chrome plugin, personalizing email and call brief and LinkedIn brief to really help us to get to the next level to scale. Another learning is we started to realize why like account signal is no longer enough for us. Uh, account signal it's really kind of a lagging indicator, right? We know that people buy from people, and it is a group of stakeholder that make the decision. And the account signal kind of tell us something is happening, but it does not necessarily pinpoint who is actually driving to it. And with AI, like people are actually expecting a more personalized experience, context aware outreach, um, highly relevant message is becoming a requirement today with that level of precision and person level relevance, right? So having the account inside is not enough, especially for the sales org, right? Like, and we need this high level of confidence to indicate what is the buyer and the why the right buyer that we receive the signal, or we based on the company signal, these are the right buyer that we should be engaging, and surface this information to the sales org. And this actually also increasing the trust and clarity when we are identify a clear kind of call to action. Like this is the person that changed job. This is the person that visited our website. This is the person that actually is within the right buying group for this technology. And based on the signal, this company is rapidly hiring, right? So being able to pinpoint to that specific individual is now a requirement in the world that we are living now. Um, Another things I want to call out is since I started last year, it has been a journey and it's not an overnight magic. And there's a lot of trial and error and experiment that we run throughout this entire time. And from at the very beginning, we wanted to expand our coverage and see besides past champion, what other campaign and playbook that we can run to expand our reach. To Q3, Q4 last year, we started to explore signal-led expansion. We want to prioritize account within our territory based on signal. We tested revised closed lock playbook. We tested some of the ABM playbook, competitor takeout playbook, seeing how we can orchestrate with a more signal-led approach. To Q3, we even increase our integration with UserGem, listening all of the product interesting moment and product signal, and seeing how we can trigger real-time engagement to people take out the trial, to people that conduct certain behavior in our product for expansion signal, in more real-time follow-up with website visits that drop off, and how can we re-engage. um, so it's been a journey, and the journey is continue on, and I'm grateful with the support with the UserGem team to help us to continue to experiment and expand our use cases beyond the job change signal. So the last two slides, I want to share some impact and lesson learned. So uh, looking at like the average quarterly in 2025 to the Q1 in 2026, I think the biggest call out here is we are able to reach to the next level to increase our reach and increase our percentage of coverage. We are able to generate leads and being able to outreach to a 5x more on a lead, and that have a ripple effect to increasing volume on leading and opportunity, and also increasing volume into close one. Lesson learned, I kind of alluded to a lot of this in my previous slide, right? So number one, start with signal that differentiate. Um, we ask ourselves all the time, like, is this a signal? What is the trigger event? And this differentiation come from the unique, hard to replicate signals uh, that is unique to Quickbase, right? The second one, it changes our mindset on thinking about on a campaign level to a playbook. In the past, we think one signal equals one campaign. To now, we have one cohort of audience that have multiple signals. Uh, and how can we unify all of this into one playbook? Within the one playbook, there is multiple message, and we prioritize different signal and being able to test different signal and understand how we drive conversion. That has been like a mindset shift for all of us. The third thing, the three key ingredients, right? Like we can't miss any one of the three. Pairing the signal with context, being able to automate this at scale with integration with other system, training UserGem like the ultimate revenue teammate. In like every time when we have new product launches, a new campaign brief, the first thing is let's get them into Gemi. Let's make sure UserGem is able to think like an SDR, uh, understanding content like a content marketer, being able to orchestrate like a growth marketer, and also like driving conversion conversation like an AE. And then the last learning is a new SDR operating model where now AI is handling all of the research and data enrichment and prioritization and giving the time to SDR to truly focusing on the engage and conversion, enable the SDR to understand all of the signal, to help them to accelerate all of those enrichment engagement. That is all I have. Thank you all for listening, and I'm sure you have a lot of questions. I'll go through the chat, and also please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. And excited to learn from all of you as well, and continue to excel into this journey here. Thank you all.